On January 1st, 2018, a speech was made by North Korean leader Kim Jong-un that stated, "The United States can never fight a war against me and our state. It should properly know that the whole territory of the US is within the range of our nuclear strike, and a nuclear button is always on the desk of my office. And this is just a reality, not a threat." In response, US President Donald Trump tweeted, "Will someone from his depleted and food-starved regime please inform him that I too have a nuclear button, but it is much bigger and more powerful than his. And my button works." If Donald Trump did want to fire a nuclear weapon, it's not as simple as pushing a big red button on his desk. In fact, Donald Trump does not have a nuclear button. Today, Life's Biggest Questions asks, how would President Trump launch a nuke? Hello and welcome back to LBQ. I'm Charlotte Dobre. You know those profound questions you always ask your friends when you're deep in chill mode? Yeah. That's the premise of Life's Biggest Questions. If that sounds like something you're into, smash the like and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to tell us in the comments below a question you've always wanted the answer to. The phrase "finger on the nuclear button" dates back to World War II, when bombers would use panic buttons to ring a bell. That would then signal other crew members to abandon the plane. It's now used to describe the event where a world leader starts a nuclear war. Every country has its own way of starting a nuclear war. The United States has a leather briefcase. When Donald Trump was inaugurated, a man carrying a leather briefcase attended with President Obama. This man, who is a military aide, took Trump's side as Trump took the oath of office. This briefcase is dubbed the nuclear football. It never leaves the president's side. Even when he plays golf, the football will follow him around in a buggy. The briefcase is carried at all times by one of 5 military aides. Each one of these aides represents a branch of the US Armed Forces. So what's inside the football? Well, there certainly isn't a big red button. Inside the briefcase, there are communication tools and books with instructions on how to carry out a strike. If a nuclear strike is necessary, the options are presented in the briefcase. These options are the type of nuclear strike he would like to order. According to Bill Gully, the former director of the White House Military Office, the retaliatory options boil down to rare, medium, or well done. The instructions also include a list of possible locations that can be targeted by over 1,000 nuclear weapons. Inside the case, there is also a radio transceiver and code authentications. It gets even more complex. Not just anyone can open this briefcase, pick up the radio, and order a nuclear attack. The president needs to identify himself to the military, and in order to do that, he needs the biscuit. And no, the biscuit is not a nuclear cookie. The biscuit is a card containing codes. The biscuit is on the president's person at all times. If at any time the president needs to order a strike, he uses the codes to identify himself to the military. The biscuit is no bigger than a credit card, and for that reason, it can get lost. Interesting tidbit, it was claimed that Bill Clinton once lost the biscuit while he was president of the United States for at least a few months without telling anyone. He was only asked about the biscuit during the ongoing Monica Lewinsky investigation. Only a president has the authority to launch a nuclear attack. Once he has successfully identified himself to the military, he orders the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. From there, the U.S. Strategic Command headquarters in Offutt, Nebraska is notified. Next, the teams on the ground, air, sea, or underwater are notified. These teams check their own set of codes locked in safes that need to match the transmitted codes from the Strategic Command headquarters. From there, it's nuclear Armageddon. All of this being said, one person, and that one person alone, has the power to launch a nuclear strike, and that person is the President of the United States. If a military commander believes that the order is illegal, he can refuse to obey a launch, but at the same time risk being removed and replaced. So how long would it take, really, for a nuclear strike to occur? The first missiles leave their silos 4 minutes after the president orders a launch. So definitely fast, but not as fast as pressing a button. That is all for this episode of Life's Biggest Questions. If you loved that video, you should also check out What If We Had a Nuclear War? Clickable on the screen right now. Don't forget to click that bell so you never miss one of our uploads.